Hello everyone, this is Jahin from the Department of International Relations at University of Dhaka, Bangladesh. It is great honor to present this international seminar on charting a path to lasting peace, ending Myanmar's decades-long civil war. I am also honored to have won first place in the essay competition, which has allowed me to speak with you today. I now present the ideas, arguments, and recommendation of my essay titled The Unfinished Revelation, a roadmap. Hello everyone, this is Jahin from the Department of International Relations at University of Dhaka.
Hmm? What? Zoom. But we are not. Hello? Oh, you can hear the live stream? Yeah. You just play it from the.
This is Jahin from the Department of International Relations at the University of Dhaka.
I think. What happened to the record?
And become honored to present a path to lasting peace, ending Myanmar's decades-long civil war. I am also honored to have won first place in the essay competition, which has allowed me to speak with you today. I now present the ideas, arguments, and recommendation of my essay titled The Unfinished Revelation, a roadmap for ending Myanmar's decades-long armed conflict and building a sustainable peace. In the second part, I will discuss Myanmar's enduring conflict. Its roots go back to the British colonial rule, where divide and rule policies mistrust between the Burman majority and ethnic minorities. The unfulfillment 1970 Panglong Agreement left behind the sets of insurgencies and demands for federal governance. This was compounded by 1962 military coup, where entrenched military dominance and suppressed ethnic and democratic rights. Moving to the next slide, I will highlight the post-2021 resistance. Following the coup, the Spring Revolution emerged with the National Unity Government as its core, bringing together elected leaders and opposition figures. Ethnic armed organizations, once divided, began collaborating with Burma resistance groups, creating an unprecedented alliance. Yet, internal divisions and competing interests remain major hurdles for development. The next slide, regional and international dynamics. Myanmar's conflict has broader implications. China, through its Belt and Road Initiative, sustained strong ties with the junta, complicating external pressure. Meanwhile, the global community, including the United Nations, USA, and European Union, struggles to act in unison. Sanction exists, but without a global arms embargo, Myanmar continues to source weapons from Russia and China. Bangladesh, however, has consistently advocates for peace, supporting Rohingya refugees and arguing accountability. On next slide, I present a roadmap for peace. Firstly, Myanmar must adopt a new constitution, one that shares power between the ethnic states and the central government. Secondly, transitional justice is necessary. A Truth and Reconciliation Commission can bring accountability for human rights abuse. And finally, the economy must move away from a wide-driven system. It should focus on fair and inclusive growth, especially in agriculture, while dismantling illegal economic networks that fuel conflict. On last slide, we look at the way forward. Lasting peace requires strong regional cooperation. Bangladesh must continue its advocacy for peace and stability. The international community must also actively support Myanmar's transition to federal democracy. Justice and accountability must remain at the center. In conclusion, while Myanmar's road to peace is long and challenging, the unity among resistance groups gives us hope. Together, regional and global cooperation can pave the way for a federal democratic future. With this, I conclude my speech. I warmly invite you to visit Bangladesh where we continue working for peace and stability in this region. Thank you. Thank you for your attention.
So that was our first. Yeah, you can't hear your clap, but nonetheless, thank you very much for your clap. Second prize goes to Khandakat Ahmed Rizwan, and let's hear from him.
Hello and good day to you all. I'm Khalid Ahmed Yusman. I'm a graduate student of International Relations in University of Dhaka, Bangladesh. Today I'm going to present my essay titled Understanding the Rebel Dynamics of Ethnic Organizations in Ending Armed Conflict in Myanmar for Sustainable Peace Building. So my essay focuses on the ethnopolitical dimension of the ongoing conflict in Myanmar. It argues that the rebel dynamics of ethnic armed organizations have potential to end the ongoing conflict and also has the potential to contribute in future peace building effort of the country. The essay has three conceptual frameworks. First is the rebel ideology, by the virtue of which a rebel group is formed and is led by a leader. Second is the rebel alliance, by which several armed groups come into each other and form alliances. Third is rebel governance, by which a rebel group controls a certain part of a territory during a civil war. I also focus and analyze three types of ethnic armed organizations. But the essay primarily focus on the anti-junta or the resistance ethnic armed organizations. For example, the Arakan Army, the Myanmar National Democratic Alliance Army, the Kachin Independence Army, etc. In the next part of my essay, I point out the role of anti-junta EAOs in the ongoing civil war, which has been raging in the country since 2021. I highlight three key points. First, aiding the National Unity Government and their pro-militias or the People's Defense Forces. Second, launching of Operation 1027, which changed the course of the civil war. Third, international attention and reach that includes critical elements like the solution to the Rohingya crisis, pressuring China, scam centers, rare earth element, and other factors. In the final part of my essay, I analyze EAO's potential for sustainable peace building in Myanmar. First, having a role in post-conflict stabilization of the country. Second, having a role in confidence building measure in inter-ethnic affairs. Third, having a positive role in future governance system. Fourth, creating a mechanism of accountability. Fifth, having political, social, and administrative representation. Sixth, having a post-conflict role in disarmament, demobilization, and reintegration in the society. Seventh, having a role in post-conflict mine action. Eighth, having a role in security sector reform and equal representation of ethnic groups in the military of the Tatmadaw and of the security forces. Ninth, mobilization of human resources, the ethnic minorities in every sector. And last but not the least, the ethnic armed organizations can advocate pragmatic and open foreign relations with various stakeholders. So these are the 10 points for and potentials for sustainable peace building in Myanmar that needs the involvement of EAOs. Last but not the least, I would like to emphasize that without the help of ethnic armed organizations or the cooperations of the EAOs, it is impossible to achieve a long-lasting peace building in Myanmar. And that's why we need to analyze more on how EAOs can play a positive role in ending the civil war and the long conflict in Myanmar and achieve a positive role in future or the post-war peace building. And finally, here are the selected references that I used in my essay. With this, I'd like to conclude. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And the last one,
Firstly, I would like to thank everyone who deemed me capable enough to receive the third prize of the essay competition, and I'd like to extend my gratitude for providing me with the opportunity to contribute to this conference. So, to start, my key points and my given solutions that I stated in my essay, I'd like to say that Myanmar has experienced decades of armed conflict, especially worsened by the 2021 coup by the Myanmar military. The causes of the conflict have been ethnic marginalization and authoritarianism by the Tatmadaw, economic disparities and exploitation of natural resources, geopolitical interests of China, India, and the Western powers. Why peace efforts have failed? ASEAN's limited role as a supranational authority and the superpowers prioritizing their national interest and lack of justice for victims of past conflicts have also fueled grievances. The solutions that I gave in my essay are: the first, a federal constitutional reform. Give the ethnic groups autonomy as well as a central government so that both can work in unity. Disarmament and reintegration. Take all the weapons out of the country and reintegrate the soldiers into societal life by providing them with an education and job opportunities. Security sector transformation. Transform the Tatmadaw into a professional defense force, stripping them of their political powers. Transitional justice. Provide justice, truth, and reparations to the victims so that new grievances are not fueled. Inclusive peace building. Include women and children into peace building efforts, which were not the case in past conflicts. Economic development. Fair resource sharing, investment in health, education, and infrastructure. Regional peace framework. ASEAN and the United Nations both have to be guarantors of peace so that no new conflicts arise. Humanitarian aid and refugee repatriation, safe access for civilians, and a dignified return for the Rohingya, and safe haven and guaranteeing citizenship for them in Myanmar. So, to conclude, I'd like to say that Myanmar's path to peace requires reform, justice, regional cooperation, and inclusivity. For millions who have suffered, peace is not a luxury, it's their right.
Thank you very much. And that concludes my first part today. And I'm going to hand over to Dr. Ernest and Maria Cristina for moving into the second part. And let me share the screen quickly. That okay.
Welcome, everybody. We're going to try a simulation today. It's going to be similar to what you saw in the video, and we're going to do it a combination of engaging the people here in the audience and the people online, and some very complex technology. And we haven't done it exactly in this particular configuration before. And they say never again, yes, yes, because something can go wrong. But, so be patient with us. Maybe somebody getting feedback from their somewhere. They have to turn their audio off over there.